Hey everyone, Aaron here. This is another game impressions video. Today we're going to be looking at Dot Hack Versus. Now, in case you guys don't know, Dot Hack Versus is technically a Japanese import only. There's no way of getting this in America. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to actually buy the movie, Dot Hack the movie, which it's a hybrid disc. So if you guys don't know what a hybrid disc is for the PS3, essentially what happened was when Tekken Tag Tournament came out, I want to say a few years ago, they had a version of it where it would come out with the PS3 Tekken Tag Tournament HD remake, and essentially that's all it is a hybrid disc. So what happens is when you put it into your PS3, it'll actually be able to play either the movie or the game. Now, quick thing is that this game is Japanese only with subtitles and all that too. There's no English subtitles, I should say. It's all Japanese wording and letters wise. The menu is conveniently in English, so that's good. So you can figure out what you're going for, like how to play it, how to start it up and all that stuff. But for the most part, the in-game menus and all that are not English, and it's not that hard to learn. I'll tell you right now. I actually was able to figure out a lot of it. Like if you play a lot of fighting games, about 90% of the menus for fighting games are about the same usually. Same goes with this. It was very hard to figure out. So I imported this a couple weeks ago, and I almost want to call this a review because I actually have played the crap out of this. I really love this. This is amazing. It's what essentially is Dot Hack Versus is just a 2D fighter, or not 2D fighter, excuse me, a 3D fighter with open range, almost like Naruto games, the Ultimate Ninja series and all that, or I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there is another series that's done by CyberConnect where it's just like that. It's the 3D free roam fighting games where you have a fixed perspective behind your character and you're fighting. Like I'm going to show you guys in a couple of seconds one of the images right there. Now, what's really cool about this is it has only 8 characters, which is really kind of crummy for a fighting game. I know that's not that great, but all 8 characters are really popular characters from the Dot Hack universe. You have, Kite, you have Ovan, Haseo, who's one of my favorites. You have the newer ones like Tokyo, or not Tokyo. Is it? Yeah, it's Tokyo, who's the guy from Dot Hack Link, which was a popular one, even though what didn't come out in America. You have Black Rose. You have some decent fighters in here. You have some of the newer ones, which are less popular. So like the girl from, I think her name's Sakura, the girl from Dot Hack Quantum that movie came out not that long ago. And you have also the one actually from the movie, who I already, be honest with you, I already forgot her name. I think her name is Sora. I want to say maybe Sora. I can't remember off the top of my head, but so you have a decent amount of characters fan service wise in terms of popular fans characters. But for the most part, it could have used a few more fighters. I really wish it would have like maybe at least 10 or 12. But you can't argue with what you get. This is again really meant not to be a standalone game, meant to be a separate thing from the movie. It's just meant to be like an extra little, just a fighting game. Now the fighting game mechanics are again like Ultimate Ninja Storm and all that, where you go into the fighting thing. You actually go up to people. You hit one button to do your main attacks. You have a launcher attack. You have special attacks, which are all on one button. You do have like special forms for a lot of characters because in the Dot Hack world, a lot of characters have other forms that they could actually do. So, for example, like Hiseo has, and I'm going to show the scene probably a couple seconds, has his X form, which is really cool, and that lets him use his dual wield gun slash his dual wield sword guns. That's what they are. And it's not that this is a bad game per se by any means. It has a lot of fan service going for it. That's the biggest thing about it. It really kind of goes for that person who loves anything die-hard Dot Hack, because I'm a die-hard Dot Hack fan, at least in terms of the games is all that. So I mean, I love being able to play this, but it could have used a little bit more variety, a little bit more. There's only like 4 stages or 5 stages, and the storyline, which is non-existent, is just essentially you going through different missions to play as one character. So you play as Sora one, then you play as Saseo another one, and so on and so forth. There's not that much depth to it. Again, I have to say that because I have to make sure you guys understand that this is not meant to be a standalone game. You wouldn't pay full price for this. You're paying for a movie and this, so it's like $40. So even with import fees and all that, this was only $49. I got the special edition. It was 65 with shipping and handling in total. I mean, it's not that pricey, especially import wise. It took a couple weeks to get here. Almost like I think 3 weeks took to get here, but You can find this being sold everywhere on Amazon and eBay, etc., etc. Just make sure you check out who's selling it to make sure they're reliable. But overall, I want to talk more about it. It doesn't have that much for me to talk about. Like, I want to talk to you guys about it because I do love this game. It's not a bad game by any means, but it doesn't have that much going for it. The mechanics are very simple. Um, every character has about 3 to 4 different weapon types that they can use. They're just cosmetic. There's different colored costumes for each one, but there's only 2 for each character. So, you got your standard and your alternate color. And, that's it. I'll tell you right now, the music's phenomenal. I love the music for this. I kid you not. The opening menu music that's in this game is so good. I actually just, I start the game up sometimes just to listen to the menu music. I love the menu music. It's great. In-game music is very reminiscent of anything by CyberConnect. So all their dot hack games and like Asura's Wrath, you'll hear that same kind of tone that reminds you almost of like a Japanese samurai movie type tone. And every game I think has that. Like Naruto has that all the time. You hear it all the time in those games. So that's, I don't want to say generic, but I just want to say it's not original for the series. But it is not a bad game. It's so simple, but it's so fun to play. I put hours and hours into this because honestly I just got lost in just playing as my favorite characters and beating the crap out of other people. I recommend if you're a diehard fighting game fan, put it on hard right away. So go into the options and put them on full stars because honestly, on normal, they're cakewalk, and on easy, you might as well just be slamming into a training dummy. But on hard, it gives you a little bit of challenge, and as you progress in the story mode, enemies get a little bit smarter here and there. If you really are, if you're one of those people that care about trophies and all that, the trophies are not that hard to get. A lot of them are just based on getting certain prerequisites with the characters during battle. Like, for example, win a fight without losing health. Win a fight with losing less than 80% with a certain character, stuff like that. So it's not very hard. There's plenty of online walkthroughs that tell you what to do and how to do it in this game. But overall, great little tiny fun game to play. It's not the best game in the world, of course. I'm not saying that, and it's not meant to be taken at face value of being a standalone game again. I really have to put that forward. I know I've said it like 4 times now, but I know for a fact that some people are going to see this and be like, well, why is it only got 8 characters? Why is it only got 5 stages? Because it's not a standalone game. I have to say that to make you understand that, because I know a lot of people don't pay attention to that. It's not a standalone game. It is by itself connected to another game. So, I mean, to a movie, technically. So, it's just meant for those diehard dot hack fans that kind of want a little bit of, like, who would win, Kite or Black Rose. That kind of scenario. Who would win Haseo or Ovan? If you play the GU games, you know who wins, obviously, but it's cool like that. It really is. And I'll tell you right now, again, the graphics are phenomenal. This is a PS3 game, but I honest to God think it could have been on the PS4 if you look at it. Like, the first time you look at this game, you think, wow, is this a PS4 game? No, this is a PS3 game. So it's an older game, but it looks amazing. It really, really does. And I think that's akin to all the CyberConnect games. I really think they really focus on visuals and make the visuals look the nicest out of the whole game. Now, overall, I'll say this. I'm not going to review this because that's not what my video game review or impressions do. But I will say that if I had to review it, I'd give it a solid B if I had to review it. It's got some content here and there. I wish it was a little more in depth. Again, it's all Japanese, so you're going to be kind of hell pressed to find actual story here, unless you look up translations, and even then, there's not really much talk about them. But again, it's meant to just be a fun game. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this impression. That's it for today. And as always, guys, have a good one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Goodbye, everyone.